The sun hung low on the horizon, casting long shadows across the desolate town. The air was heavy with an unnatural stillness, broken only by the distant cawing of crows. I stood before the looming edifice, a decaying relic of forgotten times. Its windows, shattered and jagged, stared out like hollow eyes, and its walls seemed to exhale a chilling breath that sent shivers down my spine. My footsteps echoed through the empty streets as I approached, each one resonating with an eerie, metallic clang against the asphalt. The building's facade bore the scars of neglect, the once proud architecture now a testament to the passage of time. A sign, barely legible, swung lazily in the breeze, the only evidence that this place had once been a thriving hub of industry. Pushing open the rusted door, a rush of stale air enveloped me, carrying with it a musty scent of dampness and decay. The interior was a cavern of darkness, broken only by slivers of light that filtered through the grime-covered windows. I fumbled for a flashlight, its cold metal handle reassuring in my clammy grip. With a click, the narrow beam of light pierced the darkness, revealing the skeletal remains of the building's former glory. The air was thick with silence, a suffocating presence that seemed to press against my eardrums. I hesitated, a gnawing unease settling in the pit of my stomach. But something drew me forward. Shadows danced along the walls, playing tricks on my imagination, conjuring fleeting figures in the corners of my vision. I shook off the paranoia, attributing it to the oppressive atmosphere. As I ventured deeper, the layout of the building unfolded like a twisted maze. Rust-coated machinery stood frozen in time, their gears and pulleys eerily still. It was as though the lifeblood of this place had been drained, leaving behind a desolation that clung to every surface. My footsteps echoed, hollow and disembodied, the sound reverberating through the cavernous space. A sudden draft sent a chill slicing through the air, carrying with it a distant, mournful moan. I froze, straining to discern its origin. It echoed again, a haunting lament that seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves. Panic gripped me, but a perverse curiosity propelled me forward. I followed the sound, my flashlight trembling in my trembling hand. I entered a vast chamber, its walls lined with towering shelves, each one laden with forgotten relics. Dust-covered crates bore cryptic labels, their contents obscured by time. And there, at the far end, I saw her, a figure draped in tattered rags, her back turned to me. She stood before an ancient, ornate mirror, its glass warped and mottled. My heart pounded in my chest, a chorus of dread and fascination warring within me. I called out, my voice swallowed by the oppressive silence. No response. The figure remained motionless, as though ensnared by the mirror's dark enchantment. Trembling, I took a step closer, the floorboards groaning beneath my weight. A sudden gust of wind extinguished my flashlight, plunging the room into a suffocating darkness. Panic surged, but before I could react, a voice whispered from the void, breathless and ethereal. "Help me." The plea hung in the air, chilling me to the bone. I fumbled for my flashlight, the beam flickering weakly to life. And there, in the fractured glass of the mirror, I saw her face. Hollow eyes, pallid skin, and a rictus of despair etched upon her features. I staggered back, the world spinning around me. With trembling hands, I turned to flee, but the exit seemed to recede, swallowed by the ever-shifting labyrinth. The air grew colder, laden with the weight of unseen eyes. I felt a presence, ancient and malevolent, lurking in the shadows, a spectral guardian of this forsaken place. Desperation clawed at me as I navigated the twisting passages, the walls seemingly closing in. Whispers echoed, a cacophony of disembodied voices that seemed to mock my futile escape. And then, just as I thought all hope was lost, I stumbled upon a narrow stairwell, its steps ascending into the unknown. With each footfall, dread gnawed at my heels, urging me to turn back. But I pressed on, determined to escape the suffocating grasp of the forsaken building. As I reached the summit, I emerged into a chamber bathed in pale moonlight. Before me stood a window, its glass fractured but still intact. I approached cautiously, peering out into the night. The town below seemed to slumber, unaware of the malevolence that lurked within this accursed place. With a final surge of resolve, I shattered the window, the shards cascading into the abyss below. Summoning every ounce of courage, I leapt, plunging into the cold night air. The ground rushed up to meet me, and then, blessed darkness claimed me. When I awoke, I found myself on the outskirts of the town, the abandoned building a distant specter on the horizon. The morning sun bathed the world in a golden light, banishing the lingering shadows of that accursed place. I stumbled to my feet, my body battered but my spirit unbroken. As I turned away, I could still hear the mournful moan carried on the wind, a haunting reminder of the horrors that awaited those who dared to venture into the heart of the forsaken building. And though I had escaped its clutches, I knew that its malevolence would forever haunt my dreams, a chilling specter of a darkness I could never forget.